CNN reporter says job market is like the Energizer bunny. Wow, it's funny that CNN have to actually admit that things are going great for this economy, for the job market. And it's also funny having to argue with the trolls in the comments, the Democrats in the comments who try to pretend like things aren't going great, like we don't have the best economy we had in years since Trump's first term. Things are really starting to turn around from the Biden disaster, and real wages are up. The job market is good. People are getting back to work, and gas prices are down. And again, it's so funny when you hit them with this reality. They try to pretend like, oh, those are lies, those are fake numbers. When we're using their actual numbers, we're using the leftist own numbers, and they still refuse what's right in front of them. They're straight up denying reality. It's so funny. But we're gonna talk a little bit about it. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon. That's where I talk about things that I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my X account, so follow me there as well. All right, so let's get into this news. Now, this comes from the Daily Caller, and they report that CNN business reporter Matt Egan said on Thursday that the jobs market has defied negative forecasts. They don't tell you who was giving out these negative forecasts. We all know these leftist economists who are not very objective, but they just hate Trump so much. Their forecast was all negative. But the optimism from the people is the exact opposite of what the economists been forecasting over the past few months. Things are going great. Remember when they said tariffs was going to raise inflation and the prices of everything was going to go up, people were going to lose jobs, and all these other fear mongering that was going on. But the U.S. economy added 147,000 non-farm payroll jobs in June, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics data published Thursday. Egan on CNN News Central noted that both the job creation figure and the unemployment rate came in better than anticipated. So let's watch the clip. Here we go.
You expected some of this, but this is better than expected?
Yeah, Sarah, it is. Look, this jobs market is like the Energizer bunny. Every single time we expect it to run out of steam, it just keeps going and going. So these new numbers show that the U.S. economy added 147,000 jobs in June. That was well ahead of the expectation of about 118,000, well ahead of some whispers that we heard on Wall Street of a sub 100,000 number. So this is indeed beating expectations. We were also expecting a slowdown. We did not get that. This is basically in line with May, which was revised higher. It's also good news. The unemployment rate was expected to go up. It didn't. It went down to 4.1%. That is a very healthy number. This is still relatively historically low. And again, it's below the 4.3% that we had expected. When we look at the trend in the jobs market, you can see that things have slowed down from last year, but not in an alarming fashion, right? We did expect to have weaker numbers here in the last few months. And so really things are holding up a lot better than feared. The unemployment rate, again, it's nowhere near where it was a few years ago. It does remain, look at this, the unemployment rate, it's still hovering at very low levels. Now, digging into where the jobs are, we did see significant job gains for healthcare and social assistance, adding 59,000. Leisure and hospitality, that's bars, restaurants, 20,000. But there was job loss in two notable areas. Manufacturing, 7,000 jobs lost last month alone. That's the exact opposite of what the president wants with his high tariff strategy. The federal government losing 7,000, and that is, of course, a result of DOGE really taking an axe to the federal workforce. But still,
I think manufacturing is going to be going up because a lot of these businesses already said they're coming back to the United States. So I think manufacturing is going to go up. And when it starts going up, it's going to go up dramatically.
Big picture, when you put it all together, this is a lot better than expected, and it does suggest that this jobs market is holding up better than feared.
Yeah, barring the manufacturing, President Trump has something to crow about. He has something to talk about because it is a lot better than set. We're talking, 30,000 more jobs than expected.
Right,
plus
and
or
not the slowdown that was predicted.
Yeah. All right. Matt Egan.
Win after win after win after win. Trump keeps winning. Like he said, you're going to be winning so much you're going to get tired of winning. I'm never tired of winning, by the way. But a poll conducted in May by the Jobs Creators Network Foundation, first shared with the Daily Caller News Foundation, found that 58% of small business owners said they felt optimistic that President Donald Trump's administration would help small businesses. And it's showing, this optimism is showing. That's why they're hiring at record rates. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Leave y'all comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe. And check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.